Hi, welcome back. Today I'm going to be making cold porcelain clay because mine ran out. I have like this much left and I have to make more. So I'm going to be making that today and teaching you how to make them. First, we need a spatula to mix the ingredients and a measuring cup to measure them. Then I'll get a bowl. I'm using a clear microwave proof bowl and wrap for later on, which I will use to knead the dough. Now we require a vinegar and the oil of your choice. And the main ingredients of course glue and corn flour. I'll put the ingredients and measurements on screen for you to note. Now let's get started with the glue. Make sure it is 200 grams because it is up to measurement. So now I'm putting it in the bowl to mix. Put the glue into the bowl. Now we add corn flour into the glue. Make sure it is packaged corn flour because there could be miscontamination if it is not. So let's put it in. I suggest using a measuring cup for this because if it is too much the clay will separate, and if it's too little the clay will be glue and sticky. So measure it out perfectly, 120 gram, and put it into the mixture. Now take a oil of your choice. I am taking coconut oil because it is clear and does not leave the yellowish residue. And I am also taking vinegar, which can be any vinegar you want. Now measure the ingredients in a measuring cup, 2 tablespoons for both the oil and the vinegar. Make sure that the measurements are correct because if it is too much or too little the clay will not turn out good. Now we mix the batter carefully and make sure there is no lumps in the clay batter so that it will not affect the clay later on. After mixing for a while, the clay batter should look like this, not too runny, not too thick, just the right consistency, and there should be no lumps in there. Then we add the final ingredient, which is acrylic paint. This is your choice to add or not because I add it to make the clay a bit white so it is easier to work with colors on it. I will add like a little bit. I advise you to measure it out in a cup, but I add like a little bit according to my eye. Then we mix the acrylic paint into the batter and take it to the microwave to heat and make the clay. This is the second round in the microwave. I forgot to record the first one, but this is the consistency after the second round in the microwave. Let's put it back for a third one. This is after the third round in the microwave. It is a bit thick now and it is getting harder to work with, so it is thickening and that is a good thing. So let's put it back for the fourth round and see how it turns out. This is me burning my finger on the hot dough, so make sure you guys don't do that because it is really hurtful. Now I put some corn flour on the table to knead the dough for later on, and this is after the fourth round. It is now completely solid, means not that solid, it's clay like, and time to knead it. Be careful in this step because the clay is really hot and I am burning my fingers trying to do it, so be careful guys. Maybe use a mat, or maybe you do it after it is cooled down for a bit and not like me. And this is the consistency after kneading for a bit. It is very soft and perfect to work with, but I suggest doing the teardrop test to figure it out. And I'm wrapping it in a foil to keep it sealed from air because it is air dry clay and it hardens from any air contact. So I'm keeping it fully covered and in a airtight container like this. So I'll see it tomorrow. So the clay is ready. It's been one day. I should put it to rest for one day, then work with it. This is the clay, this is my old clay, and this is the new batch. It's ready and ready to sculpt. So that's all for today's video. Bye.